Southampton is a South St. Louis neighborhood whose first homes were built around 1905. And here to tell us more about the area is Adam Wright, who is the president of the Southampton Neighborhood Association. So, Adam, you've lived in Southampton for how long?
I have been in the Southampton neighborhood for 7 years, but my wife is a lifelong resident, 35 great years there.
35 years for her, 7 years for you. So what's that been like for you? Because you were telling me you grew up in South County area.
I did. I grew up in South County. I loved living in the county, big lots, and it was great. And I didn't want to move to the city and live in a small lot, but she said, no, we're going to live in the city. And I said, okay. Now I love it. Fell in love. We've got 4 kids. We can walk to great restaurants, walk our son to school, walk to the library. It's all fantastic.
So you kind of went reluctantly, but a year in, you're like, I'm not going back.
A year in, I'm sold. And
Yeah.
my only condition with my wife was if we're going to stay in the city, we're going to get involved. We're going to help make this a great neighborhood.
Yeah, right. So your wife, she grew up in Southampton?
She did. She grew up on Murdoch, right on the edge of the neighborhood, and her whole life has lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah, so she's there, she's home. Okay, so Southampton, and you were telling me that it's the most misspelled.
A lot of people think it's Southampton because we're on the southern part of Hampton Avenue,
Right.
but it's really Southampton. It's named after an English village. A lot of our street names will have their origins from some English towns as well.
Yeah, so tell us the boundaries.
We are east and west, Hampton Avenue on the west, Kings Highway on the east, Chippewa on the north, and Eichelberger on the south.
So what is that, about 2 square miles?
1 square mile.
1 square
And
mile.
7,000 residents, about 3,200 homes, 150 businesses. We've got the same number of residents as the city of Brentwood, all in 1 square mile.
Oh my gosh, you've got it down.
We do.
You've got the stats.
We even have a main street. Macklind Avenue, right through the heart of the neighborhood. It's like our little main street. We've got several great restaurants on Macklind. Pretty much anything you could want, you could find it in or around Southampton.
Okay, so you're like the perfect ambassador.
Well, thank you.
That's why you're the president, right, of
Right.
the association. Okay, so tell us, so you've learned to embrace the small lots, I guess, if you
Yeah.
will. I'm sure they're not that small.
No.
Yeah, they're nice size, perfect size for your family. You've got 4 kids.
4 kids.
Little ones.
Little ones, ages 6, 4, 2, and soon to be a year.
Yes, it'd be hard to move anyway.
Yeah. No.
Easier just to stay, but you love it. And so how, you're president of the association, so what does that involve?
So mainly, I'm pretty much the organizer-in-chief and, I guess, spokesman for the Neighborhood Association. We have several different committees in our association. We have a landscaping committee that maintains the green spaces in the neighborhood. We have a history committee that's putting out a history book, hopefully within the next year that'll hit the shelves. We've got a safety and security committee. We have all these different committees that do different things, and my job is to keep everyone on task, also maintain relationships with our aldermen, police department, other city officials, and invite them to come be part of the neighborhood and let residents know what's going on.
Yeah, so all this is within 1 square mile.
All within 1 square mile.
All these committees. That's awesome. So, okay, so you guys have some great things that go on year after year, and one of them coming up is the Street Festival.
Macklind Days, that's
all right,
correct.
So give us a synopsis of that.
So Macklind Days, it's pretty much the biggest block party we have in the neighborhood, and we have a lot of small block parties. Like my block has our party coming up in a week, but Macklind Days will have live music throughout the day. It's 12 to 8 p.m. on September 24th. We have different vendors that come and sponsor activities for kids. We have all the local restaurants in the neighborhood have tents set up, and they'll be selling their food. So you won't go hungry, you won't go thirsty, and there's plenty to do for everyone.
So everybody comes, of the 7,000 come, plus their friends, family,
Oh, yeah,
everybody's invited.
Yeah,
Public.
anybody in the city, anyone in the county, anyone that wants to come from wherever they are can come to Macklind
And
Days.
how many years has this event been going on?
It's been over 10 years now. Certainly since before I moved into the neighborhood, but they've been doing a great job for many years.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break,
Okay.
Adam. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about how the neighborhood has been changing in the 7 years you've been there, and 35 years since your wife's been there. So we'll talk more about that, the Southampton Neighborhood and its association with President Adam Wright after this break. Stay with us.